All right, so I have heard some crazy things about the new Shrek 5 designs. So, I figure we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at Shrek 5 and some alternate opinions. And I figure we'll jump back in with our friends over here at the Roundtable. We're going to go ahead and give the video a like. Everyone make sure if you're not subscribed already to the Roundtable, make sure you are, just as I am. And, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll take a dive. The only thing I've seen so far is I've seen the teaser. I get what people are talking about, but I think it's just the animation just being better than it was, 20 years ago. But, hey, let's jump into it. Let's see where the other opinions are, and let's see what's going on.
Ew, Dad!
Ooh, Mama like.
After 15 years of anticipation, we finally got our first look at Shrek 5.
Yeah.
And people hate it. I never thought I'd see the day where a Shrek 5 teaser would have a devastating ratio of dislikes.
I never thought I'd see it either. I thought people were going to be really excited.
And they aren't vibing with any of this. From the premise of the teaser to the brand new redesigns of these iconic characters.
Yep.
But is this backlash warranted? Kinda, yeah. There's a reason why these aren't resonating with people. And it's not just a case of, I don't like change! So I want to break down why this teaser fell flat and compare all the new designs to their old looks so we can pinpoint what went wrong here.
Donkey kind of looks the same to me, but maybe it's just me.
To kick things off, this was simply a bad reveal, which might be because they dropped this teaser 10 months ahead of schedule, as revealed by the co-director.
Oh, wow. 10 months ahead of schedule?
But after Zendaya's involvement leaked, they decided to reveal it early.
Okay,
so maybe
all right.
the concept of this teaser was rushed as a result.
Maybe.
Explaining why it's so lazy. Why is it lazy? Well, a lot of people are turned off by the first 6 seconds of this teaser, shamelessly forcing in TikTok references.
Like a bunch of
Shrek
memes and stuff? Yeah, I did notice
Aside from
that.
the fact that it comes off as very, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Every single one of these memes were ripped straight from the internet. They didn't
Wow.
even try to be original with their cringe. I
That's
literally
crazy.
think they just typed in Shrek memes on Google Images and saved anything that didn't infringe on someone else's IP.
Yeah, maybe.
It's no secret Shrek became a pillar of meme culture in the 2010s. Millennials
Yeah.
and early Gen Z have absorbed tons of absurd
I know that, yeah, the
sword,
Shrek-
where the
I-
joke
okay.
boils down to Shrek taking on it.
I've seen the Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life video. I get it's funny, but yeah, that's a video for sure.
Different form. So, in an attempt to pander to our nostalgia, they tried to wink at the audience and show that they're well aware of the memes, but
Yeah.
1, it was lame, and 2, how is that supposed to entice me to see your film? Look, we're recreating a TikTok from 5 years ago. So?
I don't
The
get that one.
reaction
I don't get what's
is
so funny
Shrek
about that
memes
one.
aren't exactly at the top of the chain anymore. I think everyone who was there to see the memes in their prime are burnt out on them. It's
Yeah,
been ran into the
Shrek
ground.
memes were funny,
So
I remember
even though
at the
Shrek has
time.
always leaned into pop culture references, this came off as extremely out of touch and honestly, like they were stroking their own ego.
Yeah.
Look at how great Shrek is and how it remained
Yeah,
culturally
it
relevant
really
over
felt like they were
15 years.
really trying to connect
we
with
already
the
know.
fans.
That's
Maybe a
kind of
little
why we
too
clicked
hard.
on this in the first place.
Yeah.
And even if you caught this for the first time in a theater, you'd go from excited to annoyed in an instant. It immediately puts a bad taste in the viewer's
Gumbo.
mouth and primes them to dislike the teaser, which doesn't do the redesigns any favors.
Yeah,
I also
for
think
sure.
the dialogue in this teaser is pretty bland and doesn't do the characters any justice. A dad being caught off guard by a sexy edit of himself, his daughter being repulsed by it, but the mom being into it. None of this feels distinctly
Well,
Shrek.
I
You could
think
replace everyone here
they're
with a
looking
different
at something
animated
else, but I could be
family, and
wrong.
The joke wouldn't
Could be
change.
completely wrong.
The only hint of characterization
I think it's
you
just
get
that they're-
is in Pinocchio.
it just
and
was
even
edited
then,
that way.
The idea of him making viral edits of Shrek just feels like a generic weird character does weird things joke that's only here so his nose can extend. Not to mention it fails to convey what this film will be about beyond the fact that there's a time skip and the fam is getting old. So,
I also need to admit I have not seen Shrek 4. I think I've only seen up to Shrek 3.
I guess their old age and their place in the world will be a focus of the film. You may be thinking I'm reaching. It's a teaser! When have those ever given away something major about a film? And to that, I have to point to Toy Story 4, not 5, since that teaser is just recycled D23 animations. Talk about lazy.
Oh,
Toy
is that-
Story
oh,
4's
okay. I
teaser
didn't
does a
even know that.
great job cluing you in on Forky's major role in the film and his entire existential crisis around qualifying as a toy,
Yeah.
exclaiming that he doesn't belong with the rest of the gang and disrupting their perfect perfect harmony. And it does a great job capturing some of the squad's toy-based characteristics through humor.
And Toy Story 4, don't even get me started on that. That's a whole rant. We rant about that like almost every stream.
Off balance, Woody's hat falls off, Buzz's wings hit Jesse in the face, the potato heads fall apart piece by piece, and coins fly out of Ham. This teaser is how it's done. It gets you excited for the grand return of these characters, while still getting a big laugh out of you as soon as you see Forky tweaking. Shrek 5's teaser, it gets you amped for a split second before just feeling sad and hollow. But let's take a break from hating to talk about something
I don't know how to feel about the fact that he's got a fully grown daughter now.
Year round. We shouldn't only celebrate the people and things we love on one particular
giant.
day.
I mean, I know didn't they have kids in the fourth one, so I guess it was only a matter of time.
Everyday earbuds. This doing some.
I'm gonna zoom past this little advert here.
It's I'm out as feature, and your earbuds offer is my face. I'm a pretty hyperactive. These are the most protective case. The Galaxy great, but
Raycon.
No question. Wide. That's enough all headphones too. When you go to buyraycon.com/table
for anybody interested.
Thank you, Ray. Or turned off by them. To be video.
Okay, here we go.
Now let's get into the redesigns and why so many people are turned off by them. To be blunt, they've all been Disney-fied. Their faces are more exaggerated, more cartoony, most notable with their new eye shapes. I also think the lighting, texture, and overall rendering techniques.
Maybe they did that on purpose to separate themselves from the memes.
It just looks like most Disney and Pixar movies from
try to make it more towards
the
families.
Cartoonier designs, everything about the art style is leaning more into realism and trying to look as detailed as possible, which makes me think DreamWorks and Universal are focused on competing with Disney by aping their look instead of retaining what made Shrek special. Also,
I see that.
Shrek to be a satire of Disney movies. You could argue that imitating them feeds into the parody, but to me, it feels like they might be abandoning that satire aspect in favor of.
I like how they got the whole cast back.
I'm personally disappointed because I
especially
really
Mike Myers.
The art direction of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and this feels like a pretty big regression. By the way, the people saying the redesigns and art style are following the same philosophies as The Last Wish are coping hard. These are two pretty different styles. The Last Wish is extremely stylized with a watercolor painting aesthetic that's meant to mimic classic fairy tale illustrations. From the textures to the backgrounds, which are a blend
which
of
I did see The Last Wish.
Chewy.
Last Wish was
great. They didn't just want to make the textures of everything surrounding the characters as realistic as possible with Disney lighting. They were doing their own thing, and it ruled. And in spite of the more anthropomorphic characters like Puss looking a bit more cartoony, mainly in the eyes while sporting a slimmer face, I feel like the new human characters like Goldilocks and Jack Horner still retain the design philosophy of the first.
I liked that character a lot.
While looking modern. I saw this tweet proposing a ship between Felicia and Ian from Onward, and seeing these two characters side by side actually does a great job at showing why people aren't messing with the redesigns. These two look like they could be from the same movie. They sacrificed a major component of Shrek's visual identity by pushing these.
They're saying it's not. It doesn't have its like original.
The charm of the
Shrek
looks like every
other
that
film.
makes the franchise so memeable is the slightly uncanny, realistic proportions and details of the faces. Most of the characters look like someone you know in real life, and I don't mean that as an insult. Unlike the outlandish, impossible to replicate expressions of Disney and Pixar, the hilarious looks characters shoot at each other in Shrek are very human.
Yeah, because I love Shrek 2, where he becomes a human.
Translated to most of the humanoid characters in The Last Wish.
I see what he's talking about.
Apparent from the teaser that Shrek 5 wants to lean more into the cartoony, larger-than-life expressions found in other animated films, and while I don't think that's inherently a bad thing, it is disappointing to see. It makes me worried that they're going to lean into it a bit too hard and plaster wacky expressions all over the film in an attempt to maximize the meme. I'm willing to change my mind once we see more.
That could be it too. That could be that maybe they're trying to maximize on the memes. That could be it too.
In order from
that's definitely a big theory.
Magic Mirror. They yassified my boy and gave him cheek fillers. I guess switching it up, but why are we trying to make the mirror mask hot? It's just so unnecessary. Donkey. I like how they're showing his age with a tuft of hair under his chin, looking like a goatee, but I hate the hair on top of his head. I see. He's past his prime, but I just think it looks dumb. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
He doesn't look that much different to me, to be honest.
Also, the new eyes make him look like another old talking animal character from an animated film.
The eyes. Yeah, the eyes are very important there. Okay, I see exactly. Okay, I see what they're talking about.
Head, which somehow makes him look way less unhinged and therefore not as funny to look at.
He doesn't look as wooden. Yeah, okay.
Not a fan. Fiona. Honestly, the internet's been going way too hard on her. The most noticeable difference is her lips are thinner and her hair is being worn in a more casual manner, which I just think is them leaning into the whole thing about aging and being out of their prime. But clearly, the lips go a longer way in changing her appearance than people anticipated. Still, she looks fine.
Oh,
Our boy
okay.
Shrek, the shape of his head
I
is
see what they're
definitely
talking
a bit
about.
slimmer, which also changed his nose a tad, and he shows signs of aging with spots in his forehead and face wrinkles, but I think it really is the eyes that's throwing people off. They're closer together and a bit larger with the new art style. People have been doing their own edits trying to fix it, but I don't hate it. I just need to get used to it. I
Yeah.
think he looks great in the first shot of the teaser before Magic Mirror comes on screen. Even if he has
I don't think it looks as bad as everybody's saying. I get what people are talking
Up
about.
to the new design fast.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Felicia. Major improvement. Even if she
Well.
does look like she walked out of Onward. This isn't even a contest. Those babies looked horrifying. And while I wish we could glean more of her personality from the fit, I'd take this over something that's closer to that any day.
Yeah, no, I
really
agree.
do think I have a big.
I think she looks good.
in terms of lighting, rendering, and textures more than I do the actual designs. I would have preferred them to stick with the Last Wishes approach. That movie made me excited to see Shrek again in that style.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Maybe they'll tweak it, though we're not getting another ugly Sonic situation, like, ever again.
Yeah,
Stop asking for that.
Yeah,
It's getting annoying.
I
But
don't
as
think
always,
that
these
it's
are
going to
my
get
thoughts, and
redone
I'd
in any
love to
kind of
hear
way.
yours.
I mean, it
How do
could
you feel about the
potentially
new
get
Shrek
redone.
designs? Love them, hate them. Is the internet overreacting?
I-
Let us know in the comments
I
down below.
think
Be sure to check out
DreamWorks
Raycon, and
is
if you
just going to
enjoyed this video,
take
be
it
sure to
as
like
like
and
the
subscribe
internet's
to the Roundtable for more
overreacting
great
kind of
content. Thank
situation.
you for watching,
I
and
don't
hope
think
you have an awesome
DreamWorks
day.
is going to
Peace.
go through and do this giant overhaul. I don't think that they're going to. I mean, it's possible. I just don't think it's going to happen. Because like I said, I get the complaints. I get what people are talking about, especially once they started talking about the eyes. Okay, I get it. They're a lot more glossy. They're a lot more like every other animated film out there. While the original Shrek had way more realistic looking eyes that kind of had its own unique style. I get that. I also get the complaints about the face change and the face shape of the characters. I totally get it. But I don't think it's that big of a change to where DreamWorks is going to want to make any. They might now, if I had to guess, because of what the internet has said, they might make some changes, but I don't think they're going to do a drastic overhaul. But that's just me. That's my thoughts so far. I don't hate them. I'm not in love with them, but I mean, because to me it just looked like the new Shrek film. But I get what people are saying, get what they're talking about. Thank you so much to the Roundtable for this video. What did you guys think? What do you guys think about the Shrek redesign? Leave those comments down in the description box down below. What did you guys think of Roundtable's video? Everyone go ahead and make sure you go over to his video, leave a comment, make sure you guys know, give him some love. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks so much to Advanced Hell, Ryan Wilkins, and Kame Sennin for all becoming members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.